Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Yosh. Yeah. まあいい。いいよ。Be back. Hi. Uh, 他に何かプロジェクトに取り組んでいますか？ページがいくつかあるシンプルなサイトとか。No. I'm learning about page, routers, React routers. For that, I'm following this tutorial. Okay, this guide, tutorial, whatever that is. And yeah, I'm trying to make a kind of a site kind of thing which has multiple pages. So like for my app Kira, I wanted that and I didn't know how to do that, so I need to learn React routers, so that's why I'm learning this. And yes, going to shower, I'll be back. Okay. Sa Why do I look so ugly? なんだこれ。はい、Yes, sir. Okay. I remember I read this. I completed this. Yeah. Component rendered. Wait a minute, let me pause the music. Inside the router we define links that modify the address bar with the help of inside the router we define links that modify the address bar with the help of link component. For example, link this creates a link in the application. Creates a link in the application with the text nodes, which when clicked changes the URL in the address bar to nodes. Components rendered based on the URL of the browser are defined with the help of the component route. For example, the components rendered based on the URL of the browser are defined with the help of the component root. For example, root path, this is the path and this is the element. The component defines that if the browser address is this, we render the nodes component. We wrap the components to be rendered based on the URL with a route component. We wrap the components to be rendered on the URL with a route component. That's route, that's root, like that. The route works. The route works by rendering the first component whose path matches the URL in the browser's address bar. So let's read this now. Okay. Parameterized route. Let's examine a slightly modified version from the previous example. The complete code for the updated example can be found here. The application now contains 5 different views whose display is controlled by the router. Okay, this application now contains 5 views, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, whose display is controlled by the router. In addition to the components from the previous example, home, nodes and users, we have login. Login representing the login view and node representing the view of a single node. Logged in this. That's the node. Nodes is a bit more. Home and users are unchanged from the previous example. Nodes is a bit more complicated. It renders the list of nodes passed to it as props in such a way that the names of each node is clickable. You can click these. Okay, so yeah. Look at that. Nodes and then node. One more component here now. Login and all that. That's app. Damn. So much code. Damn, I'm getting mauled by the code quality. What do you mean? Just kidding. Okay, home and users are unchanged from the previous exercise. Nodes is a bit more complicated. It renders the list of nodes passed to it as props in such a way that the name of each node is clickable, and then the ability to click a name is implemented with the component link, and clicking the name of a node whose ID is 3 would trigger an event that changes the address of the browser into nodes/3. Oh, like that. I'm gonna have to code that. Okay, we'll read it then. Hi. What are these dogs? I told you 1,000 times. It's full stack open. It's the course from that university. The ability to click a name is implemented with the component link, and clicking the name of the node whose ID was 3 would trigger an event that changes the address of the browser into node 3. We define parameterized URL in the routing of the app component as follows. Yes. We define parameterized URLs in the routing of the app as follows. Hi, Jack. Routes path. This. That's nodes. We define parameterized URLs in the routing of the app component as follows. We define the route rendering a specific node expressed by marking the parameter with a colon and ID. You know shogi, right? I will learn it today. Let's play. Someday I really wanna play chess or shogi. Okay. Well, I was planning on doing a shogi stream with Taiga. I'll do that. We define the route rendering a specific node. We define the route rendering a specific node expressed by marking the parameter with the colon ID. Okay, when the browser navigates to the URL for a specific node, for example node 3, we render the node component. Taiga will kick the ass. He's been playing the shit since. Not sure about chess. Well, I beat him twice. Yeah. But NVM, never mind, I'm going to study. Okay. Beat him, it's okay. Mom, I mean, yeah, like for the first time he just let me win, and for the second time it was a tough one, so yeah, like when a browser navigates to URL for a specific node, for example this, we render the node component. I'm gonna have to write it down. The node component receives all of the nodes as props nodes and can be use params. Okay. I don't know much about shogi yet, but his reading is really, I guess he kept posting. Yeah, like he doesn't even think when he's moving the commas, pieces, I mean. Like I take like 5 minutes to think before moving some piece, and he's like 2 seconds. 今日はそれを学ばせてください。Okay, learn it. Oh, okay. For the notes. Unordered list. Which is going to be the notes. You are learning React, or is this your app's code? I'm learning routers in React. I've not go multi-page. So yeah, it's for learning only. Just do something. Let me see what I can do. What's theirs? User, if you user, then this. I don't get about that. Okay, we have a new state now. Set notesだよね。And then new state. And this is the initial value. That's the array. We don't need this. Okay. Get downloading it. Yeah, we are not using it anymore. Oh.どこOkay, unordered list. That's the nodes, and we are gonna map out that's every node. What's the thing? Oh, we're gonna generate a list. So let's give it a key first. Key is going to be node dot id, and it's gonna generate a link. That's the thing. Okay. Now nodes. That's the address, right? Nodes slash dollar nodes dot id. That's the id. And node dot content. Wow. Nodes of props as it is undefined. Ha! That's right. Wait a minute. Notes 2. Yeah, that's not. I even forgot the term. That's right. Ma. Sorry. Why do I have this? Okay. Hi. Welcome back. Okay, new link is not defined. Yeah, of course. How you doing? What's your name? Okay. Explain what are you trying to do in a few words. Okay. Today I'm not building my app. Okay. Today I'm learning how routers work. React, router or router, whatever you say that, however you say that. That's what I'm doing. So this is a site. You can see the link in the chat. Full stack open, and yeah, I'm following this tutorial guide. Yeah, so it's like yeah, it's a guide, and I'm making kind of a site where you can change pages, and yeah, just by doing that you will learn how React routers work. uh, okay. Now what's wrong? Content. Should I show that? Ah. Okay, like the ability to change a name is implemented with the component link, and clicking the name of the new suicide is 3 would trigger an event that changes the address of the browser into that. So we still cannot see that. Now we define parameterized URL in the routing of the app as follows. Boy. So that route. Why does it not? Okay. Path is going to be nodes and is the ID element node. Oh, come on. Node. I know. That's the problem. Nodes. Node is not defined. App 47. No, it's there. Just router, React router is a good one, very simple. In my new project I'm using 10 stack router. Well, I don't know about 10 stack, but yeah. Okay, like this part has a lot of things. Custom hooks, I know that. Yeah, a lot of sections. So I'm gonna do these two. That's what I need for now. What's 10 stack? I have no idea. Why is it not doing anything? It should display that, shouldn't it? I think I have some kind of typo. I always do that. Oh, what the hell is this? Ah, no. Why is it not working? Why do I not see that? No, these three options. List, this list. What the hell is this? It shows modern way to do routers. I don't even know the old way to do it. The routing. It's a pack of libraries. They have router, query, virtual. Let's see. Before the project start, I always choose stack of libraries. I research new practices and technologies. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Shut up. If you're using that, do that. Stupid. Yeah, why am I so stupid? Either you don't use that bracket. I'm not gonna use that, man. Oh, no, not this. This one. Or we'll just use it. We'll use it, you know what. Oh, damn it. Okay, for now if I click that, oh, the URL is changing. You cannot see that, but yeah, it's changing. It's to 2, it's 3 now. Because once project gets big, it's almost unreal to change technologies or even updates libraries, because sometimes whole projects needs to be rewritten because it doesn't work anymore. With newer libraries. Damn. Oh. Agastya. I'm gonna call you Agastya. Okay. Okay, that's it. This. We define the route rendering a specific node express style by marking the parameter with a colon ID. Express style. We define the route rendering a specific node express style by marking the parameter with the colon ID. This. When a browser navigates to the URL for a specific node, for example node number 3, we render the node component. Right now it's just changing the URL. It's not rendering. It's not doing anything. So for that, we need to do this. When a browser navigates to the URL for a specific node, for example nodes 3, we render the node component. So const ID. No, we don't have that. We're gonna have to create a node component now. Not.jsx. Beat is best choice you did. It's so easy and light. My old project is building like for 3-4 minutes. My new projects are building like for 10 seconds with Beat. It's the best choice. I mean, yeah, like I've seen a few tutorials. They all were using Wheat, so that's why I went with Wheat. Now we're gonna write node component. Do you know Wheat is, I think it's a French word. I read it on their website. That means fast. I think Wheat is a French word that means quick, fast. Yes, sir. It's a build tool that aims to provide a faster and leaner development experience for modern web projects. Consists of 2 major parts. I like that. Yes, sir. Why const? Okay, that's there. And h2. but la 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 la. All these positives. Where is it getting the notes prop from? App component. Okay, this ma. Okay, I did it. Stupid. I shouldn't have this. Okay. Now it's this. We go this. Cool. Click this. URL changes. Nothing. Okay, now if we want to display the note, so we do this, and then sorry. Okay, now there's nothing. I mean, it has nothing. That's why. So now we do that now. Okay. We passed the nodes. So we can use nodes now. I'm gonna use this. I don't like that. Nodes. Perhaps. Whatever you did. Yeah. That's the content. Note. Okay, we do this first. Const. We make this variable first. And we are gonna run. We're gonna find specific node. And dot ID, if that ID matches with number ID. Okay, that's then some more of this. Use params. What's this? Dot ID. The nodes component receives all of the nodes as props. Okay, and it can access the URL parameter, the ID of the node to be displayed. It can access the URL parameter, the ID of the node to be displayed, with the use params function of the React router. Oh, use params function. So number, why number? I think if I I think it's not a number. The ID is not a number. Yeah, it's not. So we converting the ID to a number. Here it's a number, but in URL it's not, I guess. User params. Sorry. Okay. I will print this console it. Blah, 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 blah. Can't I see that? Not.content. User params is okay, of course. Yeah, thanks for that. Use params. You get that? Okay, Papa is 1. That's a string, okay. It is a string. That's why we are converting it to a number. You need to change export, import. Yeah, I mean, I did import it. It's working now. Is it not? Yeah, sure. You didn't have it before. Yeah, I didn't have it before. Yeah, you're right. And now we can do the div, which is gonna print the user. Node.user and one more div, which is okay. We are stronging. Bold. Important. If not is node dot important. If that's true, that's a property, right? Important, true, yeah. Then important is imported. Important, otherwise empty string. Oh, it's gonna show that. It's important. Matty. That's the name. Maddie. That's the name, I mean. Maddie leukemia. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it now. Anything else? That's it. Okay, the node component receives all the nodes as props nodes, and it can access the URL parameter, the ID of the node to be displayed. The ID of the node to be displayed with the use params function of the React routers. Okay, I'm gonna look at the thing again. Okay, we define a new state node. That's these are our nodes. Okay, then we create a new route, this. Okay, and we pass nodes as props. Then we go to the nodes component. Now here we do destructuring and all that. Then that's the tag, and we're gonna make an ordered list with the nodes. So we map it, we generate a list, that's the key, unique ID, and we then use this link from React router DOM. Yeah, so it's gonna generate like that list of these whatever elements we have in this, and yeah, two. So now if I'll click this, it's gonna change that URL. Node ID, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then I made this, I created this one more component which is called node, and all this now. Okay, now and here we create another route, and that's the path. Then we prop the nodes. Okay, we come here, destructure it, we filter the nodes. So the node whose ID matches with this ID, this is the ID, and this ID is the ID here, this kana. Yes. And yeah, by clicking on that node, this thing is displayed, this node, like whatever we have over here, it's gonna get displayed. Explaining is so go. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. Okay, let's explain a slightly modified version from the previous example. The complete code for the updated example can be found here. The application now contains 5 different views whose display is controlled by the router. In addition to the components from the previous example, home nodes and users, we have login representing the login view and node representing the view of the node, view of a single node. Home and users are unchanged from the previous exercise. Nodes is a bit more complicated. It renders the list of nodes. It renders a list of nodes passed to it as prop in such a way that the name of each node is clickable, like this. The ability to click a name is implemented with the component link here. Okay, and clicking the name of the node whose ID is 3 would trigger an event that changes the address. Wait, okay. No, don't give sound effects. We define parameterized URL in the routing of the app component as follows. We define parameterized URL in the routing of the app as follows. Okay, like that. Boom, boom. Like that, okay. We define the root rendering a specific node express style by marking the parameter with a colon ID. So yes, when a browser navigates to the URL for a specific node, for example node 3, we render the node component. When a browser navigates to the URL for a specific node, for example node 3, we render the node component. Hi, got it. The node component receives all of the nodes as props nodes. Yeah, yes sir. Here, and it can access the URL parameter, the ID of the node to be displayed, painkilling with the use params functions of the React router. Okay, sorry, गाली दे दिया मैंने. Returns an object of key value pairs of the dynamic params from the current URL that were matched by the route. Child routes inherit all params from the parent route. Assume a route pattern like post ID. It is matched by posts and 1 2 3, then params.post ID will be this. Okay. Okay, let's do this now. Use navigate. We have also implemented a simple login function in our application. If a user is logged in, information about a logged in user is saved to the user field of the state of the app component. Wait a minute. Use navigate. We have also implemented a simple login function in our application. If a user is logged in, information about a logged in user is saved to the user field of the state of the app component. Okay. The option to navigate to login view is rendered conditionally in the menu. The option to navigate to login view is rendered conditionally in the menu. Okay, if the user is logged in, if not, then the login link. Okay, we're gonna create a state const user is saved to the user field of the login is how should I like user set user user, set user, initially it's now. I'm gonna create this. We're gonna take user as argument. Sometimes I don't know what I say. I have no idea. I'm gonna lock that. Page. Let's log in. Okay. Now. Login prop, not prop, component. If a user is logged in, information about the logged in user is saved to the user field of the state of the app component. The option to navigate to the login US rendered conditionally. Over here. So if user is logged in through, it's fine. We'll just have it over here. What's M? EM? EM. What's EM? What's EM? What kind of Vimari is this? What's EM? We don't have any EM. What's EM? HTML EM tag. Stress emphasis on a text with a sentence or a paragraph. Browser typically displays the content within tag in italic by default, but its main purpose is semantic, not just visual. Had. It's italic. It shows cursive. Cursive. Italic. Okay. Now it's the user. Logged in. Shut up. User logged in. Or I'm gonna give it a link. What should I do about it? Links Janine there. Okay, so log in here, not doing anything. Oh, why on ma? You know what I'm gonna do? Click it out. My ass hurts. Oh. Hi. I can see the changes. Hi, 何これ。Now I can be copy code style. Okay, that's padding. I'm just gonna get this. Okay, padding 5. That's it, and that is 2. No. That's the link. Whatever you call this. Okay, now it's changing it. For now. No, because we cannot show the user's name also. So if the user is already logged in, instead of displaying the link login, we should show its username like that. Mulukai. The code of the component handling the login functionality is as follows. Use navigate. Okay. Create a login component. Now Like that. Click, click, click. Boom. Click, click, click. Boom. Click, click, click. Boom. Click, click, click. Boom. Boom. Okay, first we do this. Wait a minute. H2, let's just type in H2 type TKO TKTO notes app. अरे काम नहीं था क्या तुम्हें? TKTL ये वो hot? Okay, sorry. UL and then listo. Boom, boom, boom. Maddie. Leukemia. Leukine. What kind of name is this? What kind of name is this? Well, I did something. Yeah. What? Sorry. Sorry. Juha Tauri. What can that be? Yuha kana? Yuha Tauri. Arto Halas Arto Halas Hala users. These are the users. Click, click, click. Boom. Okay, we created this so we can start the user. No. What? Okay, Arto Halas Hali Mali Haru Haru. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Targaryen. I'm gonna change this name like that. Juha Targaryen. Route. Link we already have. We're gonna move to that page. Route. We're gonna route it. Now we can have it like route and mama route. That's going to be a path. Your path is different. Login. That's login. Elemento. Add element, and let's log in. Did we export it, import it? Yes, sir. We did. And then on login, prop this function is gonna get executed. This, where is it? I'm gonna show it to you. Yes, okay. Boom, boom. It's gonna set the user. Yeah, right now it's not gonna show anything. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. What's happening over here if user is true or exist, like if there is a user, if no, then navigate replaced. What's that? Sure. What language is that? Okay. Now we can work with that. Hi, ma. Right on that. We're not doing this now. Okay. We're just gonna move to the login. Yeah, props. Navigate. You didn't destructure it. You didn't destructure it. What? Are we even gonna use this? Why do we have props then? We'll do it. What's const navigate now? Somebody we can then use navigate, this kind of thing. A function, use navigate function. Let's see what it's gonna do. What is interesting about this component is the use of use navigate function of the React router. With this function, the browser's URL can be changed programmatically. With user login, we can navigate this slash which causes the browser's URL to change to and the application renders the corresponding component home. Both use patterns and use navigate are hook functions, just like use state and use effect, which we have used many times. as you remember from part 1, there are some rules to using hook functions. Let me see what are those rules. Rules of hooks. We can read this. There are a few limitations and rules that we have to follow to ensure that the application uses hooks based state function correctly. Use state function as well as use state effect function introduced later in the course must not be called from inside of a loop. Okay. A conditional expression. Okay, conditional expression inside of a loop or any place that is not a function. That is not a function defining a component. That is not a function defining component. If this isn't the case, the application will behave erratically. To recap, hooks may only be called from inside of a function body that defines a web component, or simply means here. Okay, here. I mean, here, like, yeah, you get it. You cannot call hooks here or or in the condition like this here. Not. You cannot do that. No. Okay, got it. With user login, we navigate to this, which causes the browser's URL to change to this, and the application renders the corresponding home component. Both use params and use navigates are hook functions, just like use state and use effect. We have used many times, as you remember from part 1. The rest of rules. Okay, okay. Is not defined. We are at the page. Okay. Okay, mom. We'll do this now. Okay. I should show this. Okay. That's a form. Forum. And yeah, of course. But before that, we'll have this. The username. That's input. Just like that. Password. Like type is password. Was I will have a button. You're gonna call login, which is going to be of type of type तेरी माँ का sorry submit so on submit that's the event. On submit, that's gonna happen. We're gonna do free event default. What's the default? Action, whatever. It does something default. I think I know it. Cannot explain though. Props.login Murakai. Oh, I can use like that too. But instead of like, I'm just gonna use it like that. On login. Stupid. And it's a function. That's login, and that's login. We can pass an argument. So our user is going to be blue kite. What kind of meme is that? We're gonna navigate to home page. Mulu kite returns a function that lets you navigate programmatically in the browser in response to user interactions or effect. Yes, good. Login. Yes, you are logged in. Hey, too. By the way, can I log in? Yes, you can. Yeah, on submit we did assign that. On submit, please log in. Please log in. This is the attribute. On submit, we're gonna submit. This guy 1328. Your password is can I log in? Yeah, you are logged in. Actually, wait a minute. This guy 1328. Yes, sir. I'm gonna log you in now. Doesn't matter what you type here. Let's go. You're logged in. Actually, no, you're logged in. No. I'm gonna have to log you in, not log you in. We are locking you in. Okay, now you are locked in. Lock in. Now what? Okay, cool. Actually, React, we go to React and routers, no, that's a hook, right? I can just search. What the hell is that? Use navigate. Shit. Okay. What? Okay. It's not here, that means they don't have it on their side. But it's a hook. What? Your first component. Okay, get the hell out of here. What am I looking for? It's asking an AI to make a program, then studying how to code, how it coded is a thing. Yeah, it is a thing. But you can do this too. Actually, I'm gonnaえーっとIs the fan noise in the background too much? Yes, finally I can log into Kira and learn Japanese. Shocking. They actually it's not Kira. You're still not allowed to log into Kira. But soon you will be able to. Okay, let's see what the is. You are looking at one of the most important hooks in React router. In React router, To understand, use, navigate, you have to understand the differences between user-driven routing and code-driven routing. What's that? What you saying? Chikyugo? What you saying? Chikyugo? If you can guess the meaning of it, meaning you're a philosopher. Uchusen Chikyugo. Uchusen, a UFO, a spaceship. Chikyugo, Earth. What's go? Number? I don't know. I'm gonna cheat now. Uchusen Chikyugo, spaceship Earth. Mama, I thought of it. I thought something like that. I only say half the things that I think. Spaceship Earth. まあ地球を一つの宇宙船に見立てて資源や環境について考えようということは資源じゃあこれ資源だまあ資源を有限な一つの宇宙船としての地球の資源の有限性とI don't want to read that too much. I have a much better explanation. I mean definition, whatever. 地球を一つの宇宙船に見立てて資源や環境について考えようということが最強のエンチューリーだまあまあActually, I got a new mouse. How'd you like this? There's a kanji. Can you guess which kanji is this? Which kanji is this? You can flip it. I think my camera is. It's flipped actually. Like camera is flipped. It's pretty short. What the fuck is that? Wait a minute. Let me do that. Actually, you know the guy Sparky? Like he's from Google. He works at Google. Yeah, he gifted me this. I'm gonna flip it horizontal. Now, I'm gonna guess it. What is it? しい金持ちのクソ野郎。ふう。残念ながら私はまだ日本語でくだらないことを読めません。It's not くだらないこと。見た目は似たようなまたはハートと一緒。いやー、それ以外を推測できません。Damn, are you that bad? Couldn't you see what this was? I'm gonna do it again. See, there's bitch. It's called bitch. It means bitch. まあまあ、私はできる。You are good. ぼやけてる。いやー、You are ぼやけてる。クソじじい。You use link to dashboard. Link dashboard when you want the user to make a physical choice. They see a button on a nav bar, they click it, they go to dashboard it manually. Free reading practice. チャットを日本語に翻訳するとかなりいけてる。Really? It's not blurry. Bro, it was this. Let me.自由読書練習。そのアイディアはいいと思う。翻訳の精度はわからないけど、まあ本当に少なくともワイヤレスですか。いや、ワイヤレスじゃないで。It's wired. All these past years. Damn, you couldn't read this. I thought you were joking. Really? That was Maboroshi. Okay, sorry. N6. Yes, sir. I don't talk to N6 people. Shit. Get the hell out of here. You use link to dashboard when you want the user to make a physical choice. They see a button on a nav bar, they click it, they go to the dashboard manually. Oh, for manual redirect, we use this link thing. Okay, the user gonna click it, the URL is gonna change, and then we use the route here to actually go to that page. I mean to display that page. And use navigate code driven programmatic. Look at the login form you just pasted. When a user types their password and hits submit, you cannot use a link. Why? Because you don't know if their password is correct yet. When a user types their password and hits submit, you cannot use a link. Why? Because you don't know if their password is correct yet. You have to wait for the code to do its job first. Talk to the database, verify the password. Only after the code succeeds do you want to change the page line by line. So event.prevent default. Actually, guys cannot see that, but fine, it's fine. Okay, that event.prevent default, just like we discussed, this stops the browser from doing a hard refresh when the so this is preventing the hard refresh, stops the browser from hard refresh. When the form submits, it keeps React alive. This is a fake authentication step. It runs some logic to tell the React. Yes, this is the guide. Okay, we have logic here, but it's a fake one for now. Map. This is a teleporter. Map slash. We don't have any map. This is a teleporter. Since the login was successful, the code grabs the user and forcefully teleports them to this, usually the home page or dashboard. The user don't click go home link. The code moves them there automatically. When a real Japanese started, you will see use React consistently. User successfully creates a new flashcard, maps DAG to send them back to the list. User's token expires, maps login to kick them out of the app. User clicks a flashcard, maps review card.id to open that specific card. Okay, Micah. While we are here, we click one of these. Okay, Maddie, log in, log out, like that only. We have also implemented a simple login function in our application. If a user is logged in, information about a logged in user is received to the user field of the state of the app component. The option to navigate to the login view is rendered conditionally in the menu. Option to navigate to login view is rendered conditionally in the menu. So if the user is already logged in, instead of displaying the link login, we show its username. The code of the component handling the login functionality is also as follows. What is interesting about this component is the use of navigate function of React router. When this function, the browser's URL can be changed programmatically with user login. We call navigate this, which causes the browser's URL to change to this, and the application renders the corresponding component home. Both use patterns and use navigate hook functions, just like use state and use effect, which we have used many times. As you remember from part 1, there are some rules to using hook functions. Okay, redirect. There is one more interesting detail about the user's route. Shout path is this element user. There's not true in this. Navigate. Yeah, navigate. Navigate. Okay, there is one more interesting detail about the user's route. This and the user's route is this element user if it's true, and this. I think like if the user is logged in, then we show this. If the user is not logged in, then we're gonna go to this page. If a user redirect to this page. If a user isn't logged in, the user's component is not rendered. Instead, the user is redirected using the component navigate to the login view. Instead, the user is redirected using the components navigate to login view. Navigate replace the page. I'm gonna stop reading it. Like a book. Start this. Okay, so here for the users is the element. Okay, so we're gonna have a condition over here. Little. If the user is logged in, then we are gonna show the component. Otherwise, be like navigate, and they would navigate to the ion. It's added. Okay, and then replace to it's something. Replace Why replace? What replace? To this page URL. Why replace we have? What do we have to replace? Okay, navigate. If the user isn't logged in, the user's component is not rendered. Instead, the user is redirected using the component navigate to login view. Navigate replace to login. So in reality, it would perhaps be better to not even show links in navigation bar or requiring login if the user is not logged into the application. Okay, once again. In reality, it would perhaps be better to not even show links in the navigation bar requiring login if the user is not logged in to the application. Here's the app component in its entirety. Why do we have this replace to? Right now the user is logged in. Shottomate users Mari Batty. Okay, if the user is not logged in and I go here, okay, like if I go here, it's gonna redirect me to this, and even without anything, even without entering anything, I can log in. Okay, because we are logged in, that's why we're showing us this. But if we were not logged in, like if like right now we are not, so if I'm gonna click to this thing, we're gonna get redirected to this login page instead, and then we log in. Now if I click this thing is on our screen. The user component is displayed. Okay, we define an element common for modern web apps footer, which defines the part at the bottom of the screen outside of the router, so that it is shown regardless of the component shown in the routed part of the application. Outside here, and for layers, we're gonna have informative Okay, we do that, and we just go here, paste it, save it. That's it. No, we'll have a footer. Okay. Footer is just a footer. Footer is a footer, right? Footer is just footer. It's a HTML element tag, whatever. It's just a footer, right? And we're gonna do a break. Gonna break some node app the department of damage control. So department of computer science 2026. Do I not have that already? Well, now it's right. Okay, Department of Damage Control. Nice. Parameterized route revisited. Okay, that okay, exercises I'm going to do tomorrow, not today. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming back. Still here now. I know. I'll go. Come back. Oh, the second episode is out for Steelboard Run. Steelboard Run. Is it out? Is it out? Is it out? I think so. Oh no. It's not. I'll be waiting this second episode. It's just a trailer. They're gonna release the whole stage, second stage. I have to finish that. Second stage. Actually, I think the background noise is very. It's too much. Amma, turn on the music version. Damage is fine, okay. That's good. Go to basic. Speed and hold it on. Oh. Okay, I'll be back. Styrebordet. parameterized route revisiting our application has a flaw. The node component receives all of the nodes, even though it only displays the one whose ID matches the URL parameter. Would it be possible to modify the application so that the node component receives only the node that it should display? Node. Oh yeah. Right now, nodes components receives C# full time. One way to do this would be to use React routers use match hook to figure out the ID of the node to be displayed in the app component. One way to do this would be to one way to do this would be to use React routers use match hook to figure out the ID of the node to be displayed in the app component. It is not possible to use the use match hook in the component which defines the rooted part of the application. Let's move the use of router component from root. It's not root. Routed. Root. How to say it? It is not possible to use the match use hook in the component which defines the routed part of the application. Let's move the use of router component from app. Okay. Okay. I think we can have it like here in strict mode is also okay kana. We'll see if it's allowed or not. Yes sir. Can you use like that? Router is not defined, of course. Router. And here gonna have to do the same thing. Router. I think it's going to be as like, yeah, browser router as router. You cannot render a router inside another router. Of course. Yes sir. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. Okay, const match use match like that. What was that? Okay. Okay. Const match we define this, and then we're gonna use this use match imported did use match here. Actually, why not like you go up? No, like that looks fine now. How about like you go up? Yeah, you should go up. Looks ugly. Looks ugly though. ठीक है though. Okay, this we do. Notes. That's the ID. Note match if true, the note we're gonna find that particular note which satisfies this condition right over here. Match dot params dot id, and it's gonna give us a string value. We can just unstring it. I mean, we're gonna convert it to a number, and if that's not true, then definitely we can assign it. No, we can assign a null to it. So that's our node. No, then null. If null, that means user is not logged in. What? That means no nodes. Whatever. Sorry. Root path. That's route. Stop saying it root. That's route. Route path nodes ID. That's okay. Because of this, we don't need to pass like this.ちょっと待った。やっちゃった。That's only node, not the full nodes. Dari Manush. Okay, yes, and please, note 7 cannot read property of undefined content. Content, why doesn't then we have a property right over here? What do you mean we cannot? You cannot read the property of undefined content. Reading content. I think next. So you cannot read the user either. どういうこと? I think I'm doing this. Where did I make that change? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Uzai. Okay. Stop doing that. Saidai every time the component is rendered, so practically every time the browser's URL changes, the following command is executed. Match, const match, use match. If the URL matches nodes ID, the match variable will contain an object from which the match variable Adoko ni no. Oh my god. Looks fine now. Okay, this. So if the URL matches node's ID, the match variable will contain an object from which we can access the parameterized part of the path. If the URL matches node's ID, the match variable will contain an object from which we can access the parameterized part of the path, the ID of the node to be displayed, and we can then fetch the correct node to display. Const node match. Okay, true. If we get a match, that means true. Then node.find, we're gonna, like inside nodes, we're gonna filter these nodes, and then yeah, we're gonna look for this, and now the completed code can be found here. That's it. Our application has a flow. The node component receives all the nodes, even though it only displays the whole. It only displays the one whose ID matches the URL. Would it be possible to modify the application so that the node component receives only the node that it should display? Would it be possible to modify the application so that the node component receives only the node that it should display? Only one way to do this would be to use React routers, use match hook to figure out the ID of the node to be displayed in the app component. We have to figure out the ID of the node to be displayed in the app component. It is not possible to use use match hook and the component which defines the routed part of the application. It is not possible to use match hook in the component. Okay. which defines the routed part of the application, where let's move the use of router component from app. Like the app, okay, the app component becomes this, boom. Even every time the component is rendered, so practically every time the browser's URL changes, the following command gets executed: match boom. If the URL matches, notes this. If the URL matches, the match variable will contain an object from which we can access the parameterized part of the path, the ID of the node to be displayed, and we can, like, it's gonna have the ID. Params.id, whatever. React route the document. Okay, for the exercises, I'm gonna do them tomorrow. I'm gonna write I don't know. Okay, that's it. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna read, we're gonna complete the exercises. Three steps. Like, it's only one exercise, but there are 3 things we need to do. And then we're gonna read this custom hooks thing part. And for these exercises, I don't know if I'll be able to do. I don't think I can do them tomorrow. Basically, it's gonna take 3 days for me to finish these 2 parts, and then we go back to Kira building. Okay, bye bye. Thanks for coming to the stream. I will come back with a Japanese, with a Anki stream. Yeah, in an hour. Bye bye. Bye bye. 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 Bada boom, bada boom. Bada 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 boom. Bye bye.